Good afternoon for BMW and Porsche of Ocala. I'm Scotty, one of the BMW and Porsche product geniuses over here. And today we're going to be doing a comparison video between two of the luxury SUVs top contenders. Today we're going to take a look at this beautiful 2019 Porsche Cayenne and this lovely 2019 BMW X7. Now, it's always a tough point to put me in the middle between these two, but I'm going to try my best to really show the best aspects of both of these vehicles. Now let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Now, I always feel like I should start off with the BMW on this vehicle, of course, because I do start out with the BMW side. Now, this car is going to be finished in black sapphire metallic, very sharp color, and nothing looks better than a clean black car. And it's also going to be powered by an inline six-cylinder turbocharged engine that generates 335 horsepower and 332 foot-pounds of torque. This car, as long as with the Cayenne, both come standard with intelligent all-wheel drive system, so very cool there, and paired with 8-speed automatic transmissions. But let's go ahead and hop into the driver's seat and show off some of the aspects. Now, of course, starting off in the front, before we even hop in the driver's seat, we do have beautiful LED headlights in the front. Those puppies do turn at the 15 degrees either direction as you're heading along a dark country road, and adjust horizontally based on your speed. We have these gorgeous 21-inch wheels for the front and rear. And this car also comes standard with dual axle air suspension. We also have cover keyless access entry, allowing me to unlock or lock the car without having to pull out the key. And as we take a look inside, we're greeted with a very beautiful, very modern, sharp-lined cognac Vernasca leather interior. As we come inside, we do also see we have the Harman Kardon 16-speaker stereo system. I always like the silver buttons on the X7s as well. Very nice little touch. Automatic headlights, automatic windshield wipers, and automatic high beams. Very nice feature to have. We have all of our cruise control functionality on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. All of our media, telephone, as well as voice commands on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. Of course, we have our 2-zone automatic climate control in the front. We're also going to have another 2-zone in the rear, which we'll be taking a look at in just a moment. Wireless phone charging in the front as well as Wi-Fi hotspot within the car. Also have our beautiful crystal, they call it glass controls from BMW, of course. Gives us this little guy right over here, the gear selector, the iDrive controller, the start-stop button, as well as the volume key right over here, all in that beautiful crystalline. Also have some great safety features. So I go ahead and hit this little green button right over here. We will see, of course, our frontal collision warning, lane departure warning with or without steering intervention, and active blind spot detection are on this car. Of course, our active blind spot detection is that little triangle right over there in the mirror. Very nice stuff to see there. Heated front seat, I think we mentioned that. Of course, FM, AM, and satellite radio, Bluetooth audio, Bluetooth telephone, navigation updates over the air. All things you expect, of course, finding nowadays. Very nice frameless mirror. And, of course, dual moonroofs. We have the big one for the front two seats and then even another one for the third row, because that's the big difference between these two vehicles is mainly the size. Of course, the X7 is over 8 inches longer than the Cayenne, and of course because it supports a third row seating. So very cool, but check the look at that. You see the moonroof has those little etchings there? But that's actually going to be the Sky Lounge on this car, and then when you see the Sky Lounge, those actually illuminate to the color of the ambient lighting inside the car and give you kind of like a starry night effect. It's pretty darn cool. Neat little feature to see on the car. Of course, we do have the very intelligent voice command system, which I can use, for example. Find me the nearest Italian restaurant. And just as simple as that, we're on our way to the nearest Italian restaurant. No issues at all. Pretty darn cool stuff. We also have this beautiful wood grain trim, and I always like how they have this little dividing piece, but there's still wood right there as opposed to them just putting a piece of plastic, even though nobody would look there. Nice little attention to detail there. Now, of course, that's going to be the front seat, and there is a little more to that. Of course, we do have the ambient lighting, but we can't see that too well right now. We also can control the second row from here as well. But we also want to touch about some of the aspects, of course, of the option list. So we do see the parking assistance package. That's going to be that surround view camera that we talked a little bit about right there. It also gives the car the ability to parallel reverse park itself. Really cool look to it. Right over there. And you can see it even rotates the camera as needed to where you're getting close. Really neat function. From there, of course, we do have the remote engine start. That's a very nice option to have, of course. Either from your cell phone or from the vehicle key, you are able to remotely start the engine of the car. Also have a very rare option, which is the display key. That actually gives you almost like a cell phone-like device. It's a pretty cool looking key that you can have. Has a much longer range. You can also do things like remote engine start without even having to pull out your phone itself. Really neat little thing. From here, we have the second row captain's chairs, the panoramic Sky Lounge LED, and of course the Harman Kardon, that upgraded sound system. Now the captain's chairs in the back means we actually don't have the bench configuration on the second row. We actually do have this beautiful captain's seat for both sides. As we hop back over here, we do see tons of legroom for the second row. Not an issue at all. But I am going to be showing off the third row in a bit, so we're going to go ahead and scoot this seat forward. And you can see right now, there's the third row. Of course, third and fourth row. We do have our third and fourth zone climate control right over here. Really nice stuff that you're able to do with these cars. Truly, really helpful. Keeps everyone nice and comfy, of course. We do also see 2 USB Type-Cs for charging your devices down below. Another 2 over here. And in fact, there's another 2 for the third row as well, which is really darn neat as well. So that's, of course, going to be the second row. But let's go ahead and see if we can show off the third row. Now, of course, right now we're going to be showing the car in its fully capable cargo position. Now, we do have some mats back over here. Of course, we can even control this, open it up and close it. There's a big old spider web behind me. We can lower, of course, the height of this air suspension to make it a little easier to get in and out of stuff. But, of course, we're going to go ahead, pull this back here a little bit. We'll go ahead and lower that down just a second. You can see me raising up that one right there. And I'm going to raise up that one. There we are. And let's go ahead and hop on into the third row. Even give you little pillows for the second row. Pretty darn cool. Of course, while we're back over here, I'm going to go ahead and lower back the seat. And you can see tons of rear legroom. No issues at all. It's actually very comfortable third row as well. And very nice visibility because you do have the side window here, as well as your own private moonroof that you can independently control. Of course, the side window over there. And you can see there is actually tons of legroom, so you can see I can wiggle my feet back and forth. And I'm 5'10", not the tallest person in the world, but still makes a good point. Of course, I did mention there's 2 USB Type-Cs for the third row as well. Even the ambient lighting and wood trim is back here as well. Very impressive. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Cayenne. Now the Cayenne is a truly remarkable sports SUV. It handles like a car, especially with this new generation. Of course, I should also mention, these cars, both of them have seen full redesigns. Technically, the BMW is an all-new vehicle for 2019, but this Cayenne feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds less than the previous generation. It is so light on its feet. Now this 2019 Cayenne is going to be finished in a beautiful quartzite gray metallic. Very sharp color, of course, really accents the body lines very nicely. And of course also comes with these beautiful multi-spoke alloy wheels. And these puppies are also going to be 21-inch. So we have 21-inch wheels in between the both. This car is powered by a 335 horsepower V6. The BMW is powered by a 335 horsepower V6. Both of them come with automatic transmissions, but Porsche has a double clutch transmission. In my opinion, it shifts a little faster, a little crisper. Another interesting thing, I mean, these things are so similar in options, it's crazy. This car has a surround view camera, as does the BMW. We have comfort keyless access entry, allowing me to unlock or lock the car without having to pull out the key. Fully electric driver and passenger seat. But here's a benefit that the Porsche is going to have. Of course, this car has ventilated seats. Now that on a hot day like today is quite a nice option to have. We also have the Bose surround sound stereo system. This is going to be a 14 speaker, about 585 watt stereo system, upgraded surround sound stereo system. Very good sounding as well. As we go ahead and close this door over here, we do see also a 12.3 inch infotainment system. Very similar. Of course, on this car, now this car actually has 2 digital displays as opposed to just having the centralized giant one. This car, of course, keeping tradition to Porsche, has a centralized tachometer to have a digital display on the right and a digital display on the left. Pretty cool little function there. Both cars, of course, all-wheel drive. Very nice, easy-to-work infotainment system, of course. All touchscreen, very easy, no problems at all. Navigation system, FM, AM, and satellite radio as before. Bluetooth audio, Bluetooth telephone, everything you expect to find as you're used to, of course. Very impressive. Automatic high beams as well, just the same as the BMW. But this car also has active cruise control. Now, if you're unfamiliar with active cruise control, instead of having normal cruise control where you lock it in at 70 miles an hour and it just goes until you tell it to stop, this car will actually slow down based on the car in front of you, which is pretty darn cool. So if somebody cuts you off doing 60, it'll automatically slow you down to 60 miles an hour. And then once they're out of the way, it'll speed you right back up. And it's pretty cool, and you can maintain the distance how it follows the car in front of you. It's a really nice feature to have. But we want to keep going and talk about some of the other things, of course, such as the safety systems. Now, the BMW had lane departure warning, crash mitigation system, pedestrian avoidance system, as well as blind spot detection. Well, this car is the exact same. So we actually have Porsche Active Safe, which is the anti-crash system. But this car actually has active lane keeping as well. So if you actually have your active cruise control on the highway, it'll maintain your lane composure as opposed to waiting for you to get out of it before steering you back. Blind spot detection right over here, the lane keep assist, the emergency stop function, and of course the ability to turn it all on and off without a hitch, just one button. Here's our surround view camera, of course, very nice. It really is hard to compare these vehicles because they're top dogs in this segment, and it really is so similar, but it comes down to how they drive, of course, how you want it, what you're looking for out of these vehicles. Very impressive. So this is, of course, going to be the front row. We do have heated and ventilated seats over here. As I mentioned, that the ventilated seat option is a nice little advantage. We do also have this beautiful panoramic moonroof. Very nice. And, of course, we just want to look around and make sure there's everything here. We do also have the ambient lighting, very similar to the BMW system as well. Change between multiple different colors. But let's go ahead, before we hop in the back seats, take a look at the option list, because we've got to do a walk around of this vehicle. So, of course, we do see beautiful quartzite gray metallic with the black interior. Trailer hitch without a tow ball. Of course, that means this car has a 7,700-pound towing capacity. Very impressive numbers. We're also going to have those 21-inch wheels, soft closed doors, another nice option to have. Park assist, surround view. The heads-up display, it's another advantage this puppy has here. Very cool little thing there. We'll show that off in just a second. Of course, the InnoDrive, where that's the active cruise control. Premium Package Plus, which gives us the ambient lighting, the blind spot, the upgraded surround sound stereo system, the auto-dimming mirrors, the ability to lock and unlock the car without having to pull out the keys, the beautiful LED headlights that turn up to 15 degrees either direction, adjust horizontally as well, and give us automatic high beams. The seat ventilation in the front, as well as the panoramic roof system, and Power Steering Plus, which means that steering gets lighter in parking lot situations. But now we're going to take a look at the back seats, and of course, very similar to the BMW, we do have 4-zone automatic climate control, heated rear seats as well, which is pretty darn cool. 2 USBs for charging your devices down below. Very nice interior. Of course, that moonroof does stretch up all the way over here as well. You can see I actually have to move the camera further from where even the headrest is to really see it. It really is hard to find a tough point on these cars. They're just wonderful. Of course, tons of legroom. And of course, now we'll show off the rear end of the Cayenne. Of course, the tow hitch. Tons of cargo capacity, of course. No issues at all for going on longer family road trips. Seats can still fold down, just as the X7 can. Then we're going to do a little front comparison between them again. So it really is a hard point to bring across because both these cars are powered by 335 horsepower, 6-cylinder motors, both of them with 8-speed automatic transmissions. Of course, the X7 is going to be a little larger in case you do need more. If you do carry around, maybe you have more people going along, or you got to bring your kids' friends over to sports games or anything like that. That's an important bit. But if you don't need to, of course, a very great handling sport SUV with, of course, styling to match, no problems at all. Absolutely fully capable vehicle with the tow hitch, of course, is another thing to keep in mind. So it really is a tough decision. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. Of course, very nice. But if you do have any questions about either of these vehicles, or you'd like a little more knowledge about anything between them, please let me know. Other than that, we look forward to hearing from you soon, and good luck on your search. Take care. Bye.